Hello Dave is ad-free thanks to all you guys supporting the channel on Patreon. All income from donations and Patreon are used directly to upgrade cameras, light, microphones, software, things that allow me to produce more and better looking videos for you guys. All Patreons also get a discount at the merch store, and you have the option to get your name listed at the end of every video. So become a Patreon by following the link in the video description. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Hello Dave with Down with Astronomy. It is Monday, and that means let's take a look at what's been going on in Elite and on the channel the last week and in the week to come. First of all, I know I've been talking about supply and demand for the last couple of weeks, and I can imagine that you guys are beginning to get a little tired of it. I am at least. I would really like if we could just get this thing settled so we know where we're at. Just like so we could figure out exactly like what's happening and where is this gonna like settle down. There was a post by Frontier in the thread about the whole supply and demand thing, where they commented on the fact that stations are looking into your cargo hold in order to determine the prices that you're getting. A lot of you guys have expressed been positive about it, has said it's a really weird mechanic and makes no sense, which I'm inclined to agree with. They did made a comment about it where they said, and I quote, "The process doesn't perform as well as we intended, and it's something the team will be looking into improving in a future update." End quote. So hopefully that means in a future update can be anywhere from in a few weeks to maybe it's gonna come to like this summer together with fleet carriers. I don't know. For now at least it means that the way it is right now, I mean this is of course not a promise that they will change it, but it means it's something they're looking into. I have a feeling they will do something about it because there's been so much, well, negative feedback around it. So I think something will be done. Maybe it won't be as aggressive as it was before. I mean, we already saw pretty significant slices in prices on mining material. The fact that we're also getting a huge reduction for flying bigger ships, I feel makes a little sense. But anyway, as I said, I'll try to keep this section here brief because we talked so much about supply and demand the last couple of weeks. I will keep you updated if any new development happens, but I think for now we're not going to see a lot of changes to this in the near future. If we're seeing any changes to it, we'll probably see a rework of the supply and demand system for those mining materials. Probably so they will, I don't know, update once a tick or something like that based on how much is sold. I don't know, something along those lines is what I think would make more sense if you ask me. And of course, I'll keep you updated if things change. I actually, for once, want to do something that was part of the original idea with Hello Dave, and that was to answer questions from you guys. Eric posted in the last week's Hello Dave, I mentioned I was working on the eliteguides.info homepage and I had to teach myself to code JavaScript, and he asked what I actually do for a living. Now, a lot of you will know it, especially if you've been watching live streams. I often mention it there when people ask. But I have a master's degree in astrophysics from the Niels Bohr Institute in Copenhagen, where I did computer simulations of the magnetic fields on the sun leading up to solar flare events or coronal mass ejections, those kind of like more violent events. Try to make a computer simulation of that. I did some code around that. I have considered making a dedicated video where I go over what I did for my master thesis. I think I did one in the very early days on the channel. One of the first 5 videos I think was actually that. It could probably use an update. I think it's not outdated. I mean, the information is of course still the same, but I believe the production quality and the equipment has improved quite a bit since, so maybe I'll do an update on that. Again, if you would be interested in something like that, please do let me know in the comment section. But that was my master thesis. After that, I decided, okay, if I want to work with astronomy, I have to leave Denmark. I'll have to move out to some other country. Not really something I was too keen on at the time, and I was a little tired of academia, so continuing with a PhD was not really something I wanted to do at the time, even though I was offered one. But I decided to go out and get a job as a programmer. I was a pretty capable programmer back then. Believe I still am. And I ended up getting a job as a programmer. And today I work at a large data center for a long list of banks in Denmark, where I developed analytic solutions and mostly work on the backend infrastructure part of it. So all the code running in the background, making sure data is moved around from one place to the other in the correct order and as fast as possible. That's usually the kind of stuff that I do. But anyway, that's what pays the bills. All the YouTube stuff and Elite stuff is just a hobby. It's something I do for fun, something I do in my spare time outside of work. And it's become it's an expensive hobby. I mean, I like to try to make it look and sound as good as possible. So I look into different camera equipment. It's become a hobby as well, I guess, videography. Kind of expensive hobby, but I do enjoy it, and I spend some of the money from the AdSense and Patreon on cameras and lights and try to make this look like just somewhat more professional than a webcam on top of a screen. Regarding the live stream tomorrow, of course, there was no live stream last week because I was out of the country at the time, but I'm now back, and there will be a live stream tomorrow at the usual time spot at 8 o'clock in-game time. I will be doing some work on the blunderbuss. You might recall that from a few weeks, was it a month ago now? It's like some time back. I was working on this build that was really not really supposed to be practical, just to be a ton of fun, and well, it was. Go up close and personal and just kill things in no time at all. And I was using the Kurto scramblers on the build with what they've been put on it, short range oversized, I think. Yeah, short range oversized, just to maximize the damage output of it. A lot of guys, you guys, got back to me and said, oh, you should try the phasing sequence, the one that bleeds through armor. And there's a lot of questions around that. We're going to discuss that on the stream tomorrow, how the mechanics behind it could work, because there's several different ways this could work. And depending on where you look and who you ask, you get different results. So I decided just to go down, let's try it out, let's give it a go, let's see what happens if you put phasing sequence on Kurto scramblers. And I'm pretty sure someone else has done it before me, and I probably won't be the last one to do it. But now I'm going to give it a go just because it could be fun to see, and the off chance that it is actually working differently than what I think it will, well, this could potentially be quite a powerful weapon. So tune into the live stream tomorrow. We'll be live streamed here on YouTube and Twitch, and again, usual time slot is 8 o'clock in-game time. I hope I will see you there. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, and until next time, I will see you guys in space.